Adding a link or URL to a course. Throughout a course, you will want students to access websites outside of the Moodle course. This video is going to show you how to do this. We're going to look at two ways. The first is to add a resource or activity URL. The second will be to directly hyperlink text to a URL that you wish students to view. So let's begin. To add a URL, activity, or resource, begin by turning your editing on. Scroll down and select Add an Activity or Resource. Select URL and click Add. On the next page, you'll be asked to add several pieces of information. You'll want to give your URL a name. You can type it in the field or paste it in. You'll also want to paste or type the URL or web address into the second field. Finally, you can add a description of your URL. This is optional. You can also decide if you want the description to appear on the course page or not by selecting the box below the text editor. You will also want to consider how you want the web page that you're connecting to appear on the page. The display option has a description of your choices. These include automatic, which is when the best display option for the URL is selected automatically. You could embed it wherein the URL is displayed within the page below the navigation bar. You can have it open directly so that the URL is displayed on the browser window. In a pop-up so that a completely new browser is opened and the page appears. In frame, where the URL is displayed within a frame below the navigation bar with the URL description. And finally, with a new window within the current browser. There are a lot of choices here. If you choose pop-up, you will also be able to decide how big you would like the pop-up to appear. Once you've selected the way you would like it to appear, click Save Changes Now. I've selected in a new window. Once you've done this, you can scroll down to the bottom of your course page and see that your URL resource has been added with the description. Just like on any label, you can move this up and down on the page and place it wherever you'd like. By clicking on it, you can see that the web address that we've linked to opens in a new window. By closing the window, you go back to the course. You can also edit the URL resource that you've added. By editing settings, you can change the title, the URL, or the description, or how it appears. You can also indent it, duplicate it, hide it, or delete it. This is how you're able to add a URL, activity, or resource. The second way to link to a URL or website is to link it to text on a page. You can do this anywhere a text editor box appears. In this case, I'm going to use it with a label. To begin with, start by turning your editing on, scrolling down to add an activity or resource, select Label, and add. In your text editor box, you'll want to type the text that you wish to appear on the page. The game court in this case. I'm also including some directions about where to click to get the information. You can edit the text like you would in any other label, including changing the heading size or adding images. Once I've gotten that done, I'm going to highlight the text that I would like hyperlinked, in this case the word here. In my menu or toolbar, I'm going to go up to the hyperlink and I'm going to paste the hyperlink that I'd like to have open into the box. I'm also going to select how I'd like to appear. I'm going to choose in a new window. Select Insert. Notice in your text editor box that the word here has changed color. Save and return to course. The label will now appear at the bottom of the page. When you click on the word here, the page will appear in the new window. As with other labels, you can move it around the page by using the vertical arrows. You can also edit it by clicking on Edit and change the text in the label, hide it, duplicate it, or delete it. While this is being demonstrated using the label function, you could do this wherever there is a text editor box. These are just two ways to link to external websites in your Moodle course.